today was very inspirational for me, anyway, as a volunteer and as a member of the corporate sector. I actually learned some of the key strategies that are required for collaborative work. Of course, I've been involved in that as well, and I think the most critical thing is really putting together a really good leadership team. That's one of the key components. And then someone who has the capacity in terms of a leadership who is very driven by results. What I heard around the table today is people talking about, having the passion and having the tenacity to stick with the project or to stick with the task. What I heard that there are, a number of core competencies as well. So in order to be successful, you have to make sure that your own organizations, if you're coming to the table to collaborate, that your own organization's core values and beliefs are really in line with what you're doing with that particular group. Another critical aspect is really to engage the champions. You need to engage some champions in your community to help you move this forward. And, because it's really all about respecting one another in collaborative groups, and trust. The other key component is what we need to do is we need to tell our success stories. As a community, if we achieve some good outcomes, we need to tell that. We need to tell people that so they can see the impact of what's happened. And like every other good program, we need to have a strategic plan in place. And then to take a look at that plan and review it periodically to make sure, are we really aligning with our goals and our objectives? Are we doing what we set out we would do? And then, of course, with every good program, again, there's that component of evaluation. Let's take a look at what we've done. How are we going to measure our successes? And we would put those indicators in place so we can come back and reevaluate. But it's all about the collective working together, bringing our communities together for whatever cause. It could be a viral community, which I thought was really interesting. We all think we have to meet face to face, but we don't. And we can still achieve great things. And I think that's really the key to success, is really good leadership around that, some champions, having a strategy, an infrastructure and a backbone, and at the end of the day, coming back and reevaluating your program or your strategy to make sure that it's actually serving the need of what you set out to do in the beginning. One of the things that I'd like to see is a little bit more on the backbone, the infrastructure, those sorts of things, so that you have a good organization. Because I believe that that's where it begins. It begins with that infrastructure, and I think if we could spend a little more time on that and making sure there's good alignment so that people don't walk away from the project or what you're trying to achieve. So that if there's that infrastructure, that organization, and that alignment, then I think you will actually execute your plan and be successful. And the most important thing is making sure that we emphasize the communication piece. So telling social service agencies and nonprofit groups how they can communicate their successes. I think that that's really important, and people are, very reluctant to talk about their successes and that particular initiative's successes. And I think, today, I think, sort of brought home that point. We need the organization and we need the success stories to make it happen and to really engage our communities.